everyone, welcome back to the Jennaize podcast, and today we're going to do We're Not Really Strangers level 2. In my last podcast episode I did level 1, and level 1 was perception. Now we're doing level 2, which is connection. So level 1 was about, it says, gaining perspective on what first impressions we give off and challenging the assumptions we make about others. So if you want to see that, go to the last one. But now we are on level 2, connection. It says this is about asking the rarely asked questions and connecting on a deeper level. So if you just want to look up We're Not Really Strangers PDF, if you want these questions, one person made a printout on Reddit, or there's some Quizlets that have them. And then also in this Reddit thread, there's a, what is this called? Oh, Google Doc. They have a Google Doc of some of the cards. I used this in the level 1, but each one sometimes has one or two missing, so then you go to the other one and you can find them. So if you want to find these questions, you can look them up, or it's a card game, an actual card game. I used to have it. Me and my husband played it together, and then I gave it to my brother so him and his girlfriend could play it. But I really liked it and it was really fun, so I wanted to answer them on here. So you're really supposed to do this with 2 people or more, I guess, to get to know them more. And some questions are about asking the other person something. So we're just really gonna answer the ones that you could answer by yourself. Just another video to get to know me, and I think these are fun for me. They're fun to make, so I wanted to do it, and we're gonna do all the levels. And then there are different packs too, so I said in the last one I probably want to do all of the packs, but we will see. So there are also wild cards. We'll see if we can do some of the wild cards, but I'll read every card that's on here so you can know all of the questions if you want to ask them to other people. But I'm going to answer all the ones that I can. So we're doing level 2 of We're Not Really Strangers. So I'm first on the printout on Reddit. We answered level 1 and the last one. Okay. So level 2 starts with, what is your favorite memory from your childhood? Let me think. And when I think of these, I'm trying to remember the answers that I told my husband, because we did them a long time ago, 2 years ago. So I'm trying to remember my answers before, but maybe I'm gonna answer them differently than from when he asked me. When we did this together. But what is my favorite memory from my childhood? I think what I would say right now is I didn't really like it at the time, and looking back, I didn't like it because we went there all the time, but now I like it now. So there's this place that's close to where I used to live, where my parents live. It's called Metro Beach in Harrison Township, Michigan, and I would go there all the time. And when we were little, there's this story that my dad tells all the time if he's talking about when me and my siblings were little. He's she rode her big wheel all around the full loop of Metro Beach, because they have you can go all the way out around the water and by the pier, and then come back to where the parking lot is, all around the park. So it's she rode her big wheel all around when she was only 3 years old. She rode it around the whole park by herself. I was he tells that all the time. But we used to go there all the time when I was little. It's my parents' favorite place to go. It's a park, it's good for them. It has a golf course. My dad likes golfing. My mom likes to rollerblade, and me and my brothers would ride our bikes a lot. So I liked to go there when I was little for a bit, until we went there too much. That's where they wanted to go all of the time, is just go to Metro Beach. We didn't do anything else. If we went to a different park, or a beach. It does have a beach, but I don't think you were allowed to go in it. We would go to Memorial Park in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. So if you're from around there, those are two that are pretty close to each other. So if we weren't going to Metro Beach, we were going to Memorial Park, which that one was closer to my grandparents' house. But yeah, I think my favorite childhood memory is going to Metro Beach. Until we went there too much, but that's like a kind of, I guess, a special place for my family because everyone in our family has been there, and that's where we would have like parties and stuff, like birthday parties and everything. But now it's my favorite looking back on it too, because me and my husband got married at Metro Beach. Well, we got married at a different place, but then our reception was at Metro Beach because they have a nice like place where you can have events and stuff. So me and my husband had our wedding reception at Metro Beach. We live away from them now, but all of like my family and his family lives like out that way. So we had it somewhere out by them, and that was the cheapest place that was around us. Weddings are expensive, so that one was not that much. And we had our wedding on a Friday too, which is cheaper than a Saturday or Sunday since it's on a weekday. But we had our wedding on our 3-year anniversary, and we wanted to have the same dating date, as our wedding date. So we started dating on October 27th, 2020, and then we got married on our 3-year anniversary, which was October 27th, 2023. I wish we would have got engaged on like October 27th, 2022, but we got engaged December 30th, 2022. So if you would have proposed 2 months earlier, it would have been on the same day, at least the 27th. But at least it could have been on the 27th of December. It would have been nice to have all the dates the same. But we got married on our 3-year anniversary. And now it's past the date, so now we've been married 2 years. So that's exciting. So we've been together for 5 years all together. But we had our wedding ceremony. What is the place called? We had like my senior thing in like the banquet area. So my senior banquet in high school at this one area. But then they have like a little like chapel type building. Let's look up. What should we look up? I'm trying to remember the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. It was in Fraser, Michigan. Wedding. Let's just type in wedding. Yeah, right? It's the first thing that comes up. Let me click on it. Yeah, Vintage House, the wedding chapel. Vintage House, if you wanted to know. Fraser. And then after the ceremony's over, everybody drove over to Metro Beach for the reception. So, a long-winded answer for what is my favorite memory from my childhood, because now I brought it with me into my adult life. So we went there all the time when I was little, and then I ended up having my wedding there. So full circle moment, really, since I went there since I was a little baby. But yeah, I would say that since it is special to me now in adulthood since I got married there. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next question. What is something you are passionate about? I'm passionate about a lot of things. I guess I would say theater the most, because the thing I was about to quote is from a musical. I was a theater major, and I would like to be on Broadway. That's the dream. But I'm most passionate about theater, I would say, because what I was about to say was the song from Be More Chill, I Love Play Rehearsal. She says, I am passionate a lot. I have mad gigantic feelings, red and frantic feelings about most everything. That's how I feel. So I'm very passionate about theater and musical theater and Broadway and musicals and plays and shows and movies and TV. I would like to be an actress, an actor. That's what I want. Yeah. Next question. What takes someone from a friend to a best friend for you? Maybe I would say if you spend time with them a lot. Like if you're a friend, you would just hang out with them sometimes. They're more like an acquaintance. Like you'll hang out with them, but it's not like they're the first person that you go to hang out. I would say best friend is someone you want to hang out with and spend time with all of the time. Not someone you just see sometimes. You know? That's what I would say. What have you let go of this year that's made a positive change in your life? I would say caring what people think. I've let go of that. I used to watch Mel Robbins. Now I don't want to watch her anymore. She recently made a video with somebody talking about the positives of AI, which is not good at all. It's very bad for the environment and it uses a lot of water. It's not good. AI is not good, and she made a podcast episode with a lady talking about how to use AI and how it's good. It'll help you. It's good for you. It'll be productive for you. I used to really like her videos and now I don't anymore. And I wanted to read her book, but now I don't want to. Her newest book, I know she has other ones, The Let Them Theory. But I was going to say what I've taken from that, from watching the other ones, is how she says let them. I haven't read the book, but she says let them. You just have to let them. If someone feels this type of way about you, you just let them. Like, you can't change how people feel. You can't change what people do. Just let them. You gotta let go of everybody else's opinions and what they think about you, because all that really matters is what you think about you. So if I like myself, it doesn't matter if anybody else likes me. If I think I'm a good person, it doesn't matter what other people think about me. So I like that mantra, is that the right word, that she has, is the let them theory. I really wish I could have read the book. I don't know. I don't think I should support her now. I don't think I should. I want to read the book, but I think maybe I won't. No. I just really don't like AI. I really don't. It's really bad. If you're watching this and you use it, please don't use it. It's really bad for the environment and it's hurting the planet. So yeah, I like that though. I like the let them theory. Let them do what they want. You just do what you want. Let go of what everybody else thinks. And that's made a positive change because now I don't really care about anything, which maybe that's actually not good now saying that out loud, but I really don't care about anything. I think it's a little bit good because I used to get so worked up over every little thing. But now after having cancer, like nothing really phases me. I think that I don't care what anybody else thinks. I went through enough, so I'm gonna live my life the way that I want to. And I'm gonna let go of what everybody else thinks and has to say. And I really don't care what they have to say. Anyway, I think I already really kind of felt this way, but after having cancer, and now that I've beaten it, I just don't want any problems in my life at all. Because you never know what's gonna happen. Like, I had cancer, like, people die from cancer. Like, mine wasn't as serious, I think, and I'm so grateful for that. But after having it, you're like, other people literally died from cancer. Like, I'm lucky to still be here, so I really don't care what other people think, because anything could happen. In the blink of an eye, anything could happen, and you spend all that time worrying about what other people think of you instead of doing the things that you want to do. And then it's all just gone, just like that, you know? So that's what made a positive change in my life, is just doing what I want. What question are you trying to answer in your life right now? What question am I trying to answer? A question I keep asking every day is how to grow my hair longer. My hair, you can, if you're watching the video and not like on Spotify or anything, you can see I have a little bit of hair now, but I'm still wearing my hat because I still feel bald even though I have a little bit of hair. But I'm really insecure about it, and I would feel much prettier with my hair. I loved my hair. I thought it was one of the best things about me, and then having to go bald really sucked. So my question now is how to grow my hair really fast. I'm doing hair oiling. I'm taking this vitamin that's supposed to be good for your hair. It's just not growing as fast as I wanted to. And I just saw a TikTok the other day of a girl. She was 2 years post chemo, and her hair was still only like a bob. I'm gonna wait 2 years for only a bob? I'm gonna go crazy if it's gonna take that long. Like, I feel like my hair was pretty long, and it was pretty. But I don't know when the last time I had chemo was, but then it took, I was still bald for like a couple months after chemo was over. It didn't start growing back right away, so I think my last chemo, I don't really know. I should have wrote down the dates. If I looked it up, I could find it, but I think maybe my last chemo was around March or April, and then it started growing back sometime before August, because I found out that I beat it in August, so maybe it started growing back like July. No, is July before August? Yeah, June, July, August, yeah. July? Maybe it started growing back around July. Maybe. But yeah, July, August, September, October, November, December. It's been 5 months and it's still like, it's like nothing. I don't know. It comes from where it is on my ear, it comes to the bottom of my ear. 5 months, basically 6 months, that's half a year. And it started growing back then, but I was off of chemo since like March or April, so that's even longer. But yeah, the TikTok I saw was 2 years post chemo and she only had a bob. If I only have a bob after 2 years, I'm actually gonna go crazy. So I'm hoping that I can try to grow faster. I've seen some things where people say, yeah, this helped me grow my hair faster, but I've also seen things that are like, your hair can only grow like this much per month. Like, you can't grow your hair any faster than that. It's just like not humanly possible or whatever, but I don't know which things to believe. But the question that I'm trying to answer in my life right now is how to grow my hair faster. If you know, leave it in the comments. I'm doing hair oiling. I'm taking this vitamin that's supposed to be good for hair growth. When I do my hair oil, I have one of those little brushy, spiky things that you rub on your head to stimulate your scalp, you know? But I don't know if it's really doing anything. I don't know if like regular hair growth is different than like post-cancer hair growth. Like, I don't know if it's different. Like, there's nothing you can do because you had cancer, so it's not like regular hair growth. It's post-chemo and poison in your body hair growth, so I don't know if it's making a difference. I don't know. That's a question I need an answer to, and I would like, because I want my hair to grow faster. I would feel much better and prettier if I had my hair back. Next, has a quote ever changed your worldview? Which one? Yes, there's a lot of quotes that I really like. It all started with Justin Bieber, Never Say Never. Literally never say never, because you can always do whatever you want. Never say never, because you can do anything. What's another one that I really like? I've been watching a lot of like self-help YouTubers lately, and they say a lot of good ones. Maybe a lot of them say follow your plan, not your mood. And I feel like I need to listen to that a lot, because I do things based off my mood and not my plan. Like if I'm feeling sad, I just don't end up doing anything. Even if I'm planned to do something, I'm like, no, I feel too sad and upset. I'm not gonna do it anymore. So I think that one helps me sometimes. They'll let them, like I said before. What's another one? I don't know. I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. But a lot of the self-help girlies that I've watched, they have a lot of good quotes, but I can't think of them right now. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, we'll just move on. What are you most excited for today, big or small? Today, well, my husband went to go see his family today, so he's not here right now, but he's coming back in like an hour or two, so I'm excited to see him. That's what I'm excited for, because I missed him all day, and I felt sad today, so I will be happy to see him again, and he will make me feel better, so that's what I'm excited for. Next, what would feel best to fully accept in this current moment? What would feel best to fully accept in this current moment? I'm gonna go based off what I was talking about earlier, the let them. It would feel best to fully accept that no one else's opinion matters and only yours does. But sometimes it's hard to think that way, because you want everybody to like you and you don't ever want anybody to be angry at you ever. You just want everybody to be nice to you all the time. But it's hard to accept that that's not gonna happen, but I wish that it could, so it would be best, I would feel best if I could fully accept that. Sometimes I don't. But I feel like I need to, especially right now. But it's hard sometimes, you know? Anyway, level 2, what's the most fun you've had during this time? I think they mean when you're playing the cards, so when you're asking someone else, when you're playing the card game, like what's the most fun you've had playing this game? Like what was the most fun question maybe? So I'm gonna say the first question, what is your favorite childhood memory? Because I was able to talk about my wedding and I love my husband, so I like to talk about that. So that's the most fun that I've had. Next, what's the most valuable lesson this time has taught you so far? Again, this is one like the other one, I would say. So I'm gonna base it off of what I've been talking about. I would think the most valuable lesson is to listen to my own advice. The things I've been saying, the let them, the quotes. I just need to listen to that more. Listen to my own advice and not be a hypocrite, you know? I say it, but sometimes I don't do it. What's been the hardest part of all this for you? Permission to vent. The hardest part of these questions? Maybe thinking about how I feel sad sometimes, but I shouldn't, and I should take my own advice. I guess it's hard for me to think about being sad, because I don't want to be sad anymore. I want to be happy all of the time. So that's the hardest part for me. I just want to be happy 24/7. Yeah. Next, what movie do you wish you'd never seen so you can watch it for the first time with me? With you, the viewer. What do I want to watch with you? What's a good movie? What's my favorite movie? I was just talking about this the other day, like what my favorite movies are. Oh, I would want to watch The Last 5 Years. I watched that when I was younger, but I didn't understand that it goes from Kathy's point of view from the end to the beginning, and then Jamie's from the beginning to the end. I was so confused the whole time because I thought they were going back and forth and back and forth. It goes from her ending to beginning and his beginning to ending. I didn't know it crossed like that. It was really hard to follow. So I wish I could rewatch it for the first time, but knowing that. If I would have known that the first time, it would have made my first watch so much more enjoyable because I was just confused the whole time, I think. But now it's one of my favorite musicals. I think the music in it is good. But yeah, I wish I could watch it for the first time, knowing that. And now you know it too. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. Next, what's been the kindest thing someone has done for you? Let's see. I would say, I yawned for a second. I would say my husband taking care of me during cancer. I know that's really hard to deal with, especially if it happens to someone close to you, like your spouse. It obviously sucks when it's you, but sometimes I feel like me and my husband are like the same person. Like if something happened to him, it would affect me, you know? Like I got cancer, but it felt like he had cancer too because he had to take care of me all the time and always be there for me, always be at the hospital with me. So that's the kindest thing is he was always there for me during cancer. He slept at the hospital. I'm gonna start crying. No, stop. He was at the hospital with me every single day and he slept at the hospital every single day. He'd go home and make lunch and bring it back and then go home and make dinner and bring it back. Since the hospital we had that we were at, it like didn't really have any vegan food and we're vegan. It's like, I don't know. I feel like that's not right. You're a hospital. I feel like you should have food for like every dietary restriction for all the different types of people you get there, especially like I'm not vegan to be healthy. Like I don't eat healthy vegan food all the time. I'm more of a junk food vegan, I would call myself. But I feel like why would you not have like vegan food? Vegan food is generally more healthier, I would say. Like I don't know. It's just like they don't have any vegetables. They don't have any fruit really. It's like they didn't really have anything. Or if they did, it was like some of the like vegetables, cooked vegetables were like cooked in butter. Like you don't have just like plain vegetables. I don't know, but they had like meats and stuff. Like why do you not have any vegan meats at all? Like it's not just for vegans, but for like vegetarians, people who don't eat food, pescatarians, like stuff like that. Like there are so many different types of people, but you don't have any food for them. And there was like no like gluten-free stuff. We're not gluten-free, but I was thinking about that when I was looking at their menu. Like there's really nothing. It's just like basic food. They don't really have anything for like all different types of people, which your hospital, you would think that is the place that would have like the most amount of options, but they didn't. So my husband would make food every day and bring it back because we couldn't eat anything at the hospital. The only thing we would get would be drinks like soda, and that's it. So yeah, that's the kindest thing, him taking care of me during all that. And he was there for me through it all, unlike literally anybody else. He was the one that was there. Most people weren't. Everyone wasn't, but him, so. I appreciate him the most. Yeah. Next, what has been the kindest thing you have done for yourself in the last month? The kindest thing that I've done for myself? I guess I would say is get the hair growing vitamin, multivitamin, because I want my hair to grow faster and I feel ugly with no hair. So if I make my hair grow faster, then I'll feel better. So I guess that's the kindest thing, is look it up and get another thing to do. I had the hair oiling for a while, but now I got the vitamin, so hopefully this will help too. Next, if money was not an issue, what is one big dream or idea you would execute this year? I would move to New York City and keep auditioning for shows and stuff, Broadway and things like that. But New York is expensive, and I just had cancer, and I have no money, and I have many medical bills to pay. But I lived in New York for 1 year after I graduated high school, and I really liked it. I would like to live there again and keep pursuing my dreams, but it's expensive and I don't have any money. And yeah, it's sad, but hopefully one day I'm able to go and move there and do it again. What are you better at than most people you know? Permission to brag. What am I better at? I would say, I'll just say ASMR, because I'm good at that and I post a lot of ASMR videos. If you like ASMR, go watch my ASMR. And I have an ASMR podcast. If you didn't know, you can watch this in ASMR. I'm going to be doing the same thing on my ASMR podcast as I am right here on this one. But yeah, I would say ASMR. Next, what do you wish you could spend more time doing? I wish I could spend more time with my husband, because I feel like we're always working and doing things. We're both doing YouTube and things like that right now. So we're spending a lot of time doing that and trying to make our dreams come true, while also like trying to get regular jobs, but we also don't want regular jobs because we want our dreams, and I don't want to go like actually to somewhere right now since I'm still, recovering from cancer. Even though I'm all better, like I'm gonna do it in quotation marks, even though I'm all better now, I'm not all better. You know what I mean? I still have bad days and days where I don't feel good. So I really don't want to like go somewhere into a place. If I could have a work from home, that would be a lot better, because I don't feel good going into somewhere right now. So we're doing a lot of online stuff, and we're working all day long, and we have date days on Saturdays, but I really would just like to hang out more and be able to do that. But we can't right now, and it's sad. I'm just very emotional today. I feel like I'm gonna start crying, but I'm trying not to. And I think I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, bless myself. Next, there are also wild cards. Did I say what wild cards were? It says you spread the wild cards throughout the 3 levels. If a wild card is drawn, the person who drew it must complete the instructions unless otherwise noted. Card notes that all players should complete it. So the next one is a wild card. So this one says write, so you're supposed to write it down, but we're not going to do that. It says write down the 3 most important things to you in a relationship, 30 seconds, and then compare. But let's see, what are the 3 most important things in a relationship? I can just say them. I guess I would say being very, I'm gonna say 3 qualities, like caring, kind, and compassionate. So those are kind of all the same genre-ish, kind of the same thing, but they're a little bit different. Kind, caring, and compassionate. I just want someone very nice who will always be there for me. That's what I say. Next is another wild card, and it says write down a dating pet peeve, 30 seconds, and compare. I haven't been dating in a while. 5 years when we've been together. So what was it before? A dating pet peeve. I don't really know. Like, what would be... Let me look up dating pet peeves. Oh. Oh, yeah. I guess I would say being late. That's one of the top ones that says being late. Yeah, why? We're going on a date? Why would you be late? You obviously don't care about my time, especially if they're the person who picked the time. It's like, why would you pick that time then if you weren't going to be ready? You could have said a later time and it would have been fine, but you said an earlier time and now you're not ready. So yeah, being late, it's like I'm already all ready, now I have to wait. Yeah, I guess I would say that. Being late. I don't like to be late, and I don't like when someone else is late. It's very inconsiderate. Next, what did the people who raised you teach you about love? Nothing. My parents are parents who should be divorced, but they aren't. So they didn't teach me much about love, because they seem like they don't love each other. But I guess that taught me to find somebody who actually loves you and will be nice to you. And that's what I found. So it worked out. What has being single taught you about yourself, if anything, from your past? I'm not single, but before that, what has being single taught you about yourself, if anything, from your past? Before, I think being single taught me that I love love. I love love, and I just really wanted to be with someone when I was single. I loved books about love, movies about love, TV shows about love. I just wanted to be in love, and I just love love. That's what being single taught me. That I wanted to be with someone, so it wasn't good being single when you want to be in love. But yeah, at least I'm in love now. Something that has brought a smile to my face this week was what's the date? It's Sunday. So yeah, my birthday was on Monday. So something that brought a smile to my face was my birthday. I'm recording this on Sunday, December 21st. My birthday was Monday, December 15th. So I don't know when I'm gonna post this. Probably I want to today or tomorrow, but I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, I would say my birthday. I had a good birthday. I'm yawning again. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but my husband made my birthday good, and it was good. Next, what title would you give this chapter in your life? I would say it would be called Recovery, because I'm in recovery from cancer. So I'm recovering, trying my best to rest and do what I can to get better. So I would say Recovery. That's a good title. Next, what has been your happiest memory this year? I'm gonna say 2. So 1, obviously, when I found out that I didn't have cancer anymore, that was good. And my second is my husband and I's 2-year wedding anniversary. It was fun. We went to Frankenmuth in Michigan, and we had a fun time. So those are my happiest memories. That is it on the level 2 on Reddit. So let's go to, oh, I accidentally hit the X on the Google Doc one. Let's open that up, and I'm yawning again. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's scroll down to level 2 on this Google Doc and see if there are 2 people on this Google Doc right now too. Hello, people. It's funny that you could see who's on it. We'll see if there are any other ones. Level 2, what's been your happiest memory this year? We did that one. Have you changed your mind about anything recently? I guess I kind of changed my mind about like talking about cancer. I guess I have talked about cancer a lot in this podcast episode, but I just don't really want to talk about it. I want to forget about it. Now that I'm all better, I just want to be done with it and not think about it anymore. So I've kind of changed my mind about talking about it. Recently, one of my podcast episodes was, what was the title? It was something like my experience with cancer, or what I think about cancer. So it was something like that. It was the title. I made a whole podcast episode about it. And then I made another one that said cancer is my burnt toast theory. But I just don't want to talk about it. I just don't really want it out there. I don't want the negative energy out there. I guess the burnt toast theory is like a good one. That's like a positive one. But I didn't want the other one out there, because I just don't want to talk about it anymore, and I don't want to be reminded of it. Above me, I have my vision board, and on it, I have, in my cancer-free era, you know, I made this in January and when I had cancer, but now I don't anymore. So it's like, on my vision board, it says, in my cancer-free era, this cute picture, but I like kind of want to take it off now that I don't have cancer. Like, okay, I manifested this. I'm cancer-free, I don't have it anymore. I'm going to take this off and put a new vision on there. But also, is that like bad juju? Like, should I keep it on there? Like, because what if I take it off and then it comes back? Obviously, it wouldn't happen just because I took it off my vision board. But that's how I kind of feel. I'm like, I like this vision board. I think every year I just want to change the year, like, until I get it all, you know what I mean? I think this is a good one. This is like perfect, everything I want. I don't think I would want to make a new one for next year, because these are all my same things that I really like and want, except for this one right here. It says in my cancer-free era. I got it. I'm in it now. But should I keep it on there so I stay in my cancer-free era forever? But I also don't want to think about cancer anymore, and I don't want it in my head. I don't want to think that I ever had it. I just want to forget about it. Forget about this trauma, you know? So should I keep it on there so I stay cancer-free and it's on my vision board and I'm like, yes, I'm going to stay it forever? Or should I take it off and put a new thing that I want on there too? Like some of the other things. I have performing, and I have a Girl with Netflix share, books, writing. So should I take it off and put like a cutesy picture on there? Another passion of mine up there? Or is it bad juju taking it off and now I'm gonna get it again? I don't know. But yeah, that's what I've changed my mind about, is really talking about it. But should I just take it all off and change my mind about everything? Like, what's really bugging me is, should I take this off now? Because I don't want to think about it anymore. But every time I glance up, it says cancer right there in my face. Even though it says in my cancer-free era, it's just like the word cancer's in the middle, just right in my face, you know? I don't know. Should I take it off? But I want to stay in it forever. So should I keep it on there forever? I don't know. So yeah, I don't want to talk about it. That's why I changed my mind about, and I deleted the stuff that I posted about it, like the podcast ones. But sometimes I will talk about it, but sometimes I struggle with it and I want to talk about it a little bit, you know? So yeah. Next. Oh, I hit the microphone, sorry. What has been your earliest recollection of happiness? Like when I was little, like when I gained consciousness and the first time I felt happy? Maybe like my first Christmases when I was little. That's kind of what I remember, and being so happy, and it felt so, Christmas feels like so whimsical when you're little. It doesn't feel that way that much anymore. But I guess my first Christmases were like my earliest recollections of happiness, because everything felt so crazy. It's your first year's living, so everything's so new and exciting. So yeah, I would say that maybe. What lesson took you the longest to unlearn? Lesson took you the longest to unlearn? Wouldn't lessons be like good things that happen to you? Why would you have to unlearn a lesson? What lesson took you the longest to unlearn? What if I look this up and say, what does this mean? Someone posted this question on r/askreddit. So I like some of these people's answers. Don't put too much weight on others' opinions of you. Your parents aren't always right. Believing liars can change. I like this one. Family over everything. People say that a lot. Like, my family comes first. You have to put your family first. Family first, obviously. But I don't think that way. If you have not a good family, you shouldn't have to put them first. You shouldn't. If your family is bad, you don't have to be there for them just because they're your family. And I feel that way a lot. Now that a lot of my family didn't really care that I had cancer. Well, they didn't care. Now I don't care about them. So yeah, they're your family, they're your blood. My parents like want me to talk to these people, but I'm like, they didn't talk to me when I had cancer, so why should I talk to them? So I think that people say that's wrong. No, you have to love your family. That's your family. it doesn't, just because they're your family doesn't mean anything. You don't have to keep these people in your life if they're mean and rude and disrespectful towards you. That's what I think. Next, are you lying to yourself about anything? I guess going along with that one thing is me like saying, I don't care about my family. I don't care that these people like weren't there for me. I'm over it, but I'm not over it. And it makes me really sad. But I'm trying to get over it. Like the thing before. They're my family, yeah. I love them, yeah, but now it's apparent that they don't love me, so now I'm not gonna love them back anymore, you know? Just because they're your family, you don't have to be around them anymore if you don't want to be. That's how I feel. So yeah, I'm lying to myself that yeah, I feel that way, but I do feel sad about it. Even though I'm telling myself that I'm not sad about it. I am sad, but I'm trying not to be because I don't need those people, you know? You don't need anyone if they're gonna make your life worse, you know? Now I got kind of like the hiccups or something. Sorry. What questions are you most want to answer most? That we did that. When was the last time you surprised yourself? Was that one? And the last one? Let's go back. When was the last time you surprised yourself? When was the last time you surprised yourself? When was the last time you surprised yourself? I don't think that one was in the last one. When was the last time you surprised? Maybe it was. I looked through them, but I don't think so. When was the last time you surprised yourself? I guess recently, knowing that I can tell people how I feel. Like, I've always been kind of shy, a shy girl, which doesn't make sense. You know, I was a theater major. I want to be a performer. I want to be famous. So it doesn't make sense that I'm shy. But, you know, I'm shy in person. If I'm up on a stage, I can do it. Like, I'm away from the people. I'm up higher than them. I'm doing my thing. I'm not speaking to them directly, you know. They're watching a performance. It's a performance. I'm putting on a performance. It's not the real me, you know. So it's kind of silly that I'm shy in person. But I surprised myself because someone was mean to me lately and I was able to speak my truth. Say what I wanted to say. And I used to not be able to do that, but now I do. What title? We did that one. What do you crave more of? I crave more of spending time with my husband. We talked about that earlier. I would like to. I feel really sad that we are with each other all the time working from home, but it's like we don't even like see each other. So yeah, I want to spend more time together. Finish the sentence. Strangers would describe me as this, only I know I am. Strangers would describe me as shy, only I know that I am not shy. You know, I'm not shy when you get to know me, but you're a stranger and I don't want to talk to people that much. But if you know me, like my husband, like I'm not shy around my husband because we're with each other all the time and we know everything about each other. I think I would feel that way around like really close friends. But strangers would think I'm shy, but I really just don't want to talk to you because you're a stranger. That's what I would say. What's the worst pain that you have ever been in that wasn't physical? Learning out that I had cancer. Pain in your heart. Oh my. Saying what the flip did I just hear? That's not right. That can't be right, but then it was. So I wasn't even in that much pain physically when I learned that I had it, you know. I just had a cough, a little cough, and that's it. And then I found out that, I was like, all this from a cough? Like, how can this be real? So yeah, that's the worst pain I've been in. My heart hurted. I was like, why does this have to happen to me? But yeah. Number 2, has a stranger ever changed your life? Like a stranger that's still a stranger? Or, because like everybody was once a stranger. My husband was once a stranger, and now we're married. So, does this mean a stranger that's still a stranger? If so, I don't think so. But if it is a stranger that turned into something, then yes, like everybody that I know has changed my life in some way. But I guess especially my husband, he was once a stranger, and now we're married and we live together. So that changed my life. Ew. Unless the next question says, what is your first love's name and the reason you fell in love with them? I don't know if I really want to answer that. Because it's kind of disrespectful to my husband. I don't want to talk about past relationships. But it was a while ago. When I was in high school. I don't know if I want to talk about it. Let's just move on. Maybe, but we're almost, I wanted to make this an hour, so maybe we'll come back, maybe we won't. What would your younger self not believe about your life today? She would not believe that we are, oh, I was gonna say that we're married, but she would believe that. I guess she wouldn't believe that I had cancer. She'd be like, what the flip? Like, are you serious? What's even the point? No, she wouldn't say that. That's messed up. She wouldn't believe that I got cancer, because I would say that, because you think like that's not gonna happen to me. That's something that happens to other people, to people in movies. Like, I'm never gonna get cancer. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's literally life-changing crazy. That's not gonna happen to me. And then you get it. It's like, literally, what the flip? Why me? What the heck? She would not believe it. She'd be like, are you literally serious? Like, great. One more thing added to this life. So yeah. Next, how would you describe the feeling of being in love and with one word? I would say wonderful. That's what I would say. What are you more afraid of, failure or success, and why? I don't know anybody that would say success. Why would you be more afraid of success? I would be more afraid of failure because I want to get the things that I want. And I want to be successful at the things that I want. I'm afraid to fail. Why would I be afraid of my success? I don't like that question. What is a dream you let go of? I'm still holding on to all my dreams, but I guess I would say maybe when I was little, before I wanted to do theater, I wanted to be an artist, you know, like a drawer and things like that. I was not good, but I was little, so I could have been good if, you know, I kept at it. But then in middle school, then I wanted to be a performer. So yeah, I guess I let go of my dream of being an artist. I'm sorry for my yawn, but I still am an artist in a different way, you know? It's still the arts area. Next, if you could get to know someone in your life on a deeper level, who would it be and why? Would it be, I feel like, I was gonna say my husband, but I think we already know everything about each other ever. So I guess maybe I would say my brother, because he's the next person that I care about the most, I guess. First is my husband, but I guess I already know everything about him. I guess I would say my brother next, because he's my brother. That's why. Why are these ones so much different than the other ones? I feel like a lot of these aren't ones from the other one. Okay, let's speed run the rest of them. What part of your life works? What part of your life hurts? Part of my life works. My husband. What part doesn't? Hurts. Feeling sad. So I should not be sad anymore. How can you become a better person? Maybe, I think I'm already a good person. How can I be better? Maybe I should do some volunteer work. I think that would help me. Volunteer, like go pick up some trash or something. Be good for the community. That's what I say. Do you think the image you have of yourself matches the image other people see you as? I think no. I wish everybody saw me how I see myself, but I think no. I think a lot of people have all different opinions of me. But it's because they all don't know the true me. I think the only person who really sees me the same is my husband. But I wish everybody could see me how I see me. But I don't think anybody does, really. Are you missing anyone right now? Do they miss you too? Yes, I'm missing my husband because he's gone, and he does miss me too. He called me before he left and told me that he does miss me before he left to drive back over here. So yes. What fast food restaurant do you think I'm most likely to drive through, and what's my order? I've been getting Taco Bell a lot, and I get 2 bean burritos with no cheese, or 2 bean and rice burritos with no cheese and no like the other sauce that comes on it, and then I get mild sauce and hot sauce and a Baja Blast. Sometimes it's more expensive, so I don't get it all the time, but sometimes I get the Mexican pizza with the veggie Mexican pizza, so it's with beans instead of meat, and then no cheese, and that's good too, but that one's expensive, so I really get the bean and rice burritos more. So that one's good. Do you think I intimidate others? Why or why not? I definitely don't. I think I'm a cutesy girl. I don't intimidate others at all. I just don't look intimidating. When you are asked how are you, how often do you answer truthfully? Not really. I always just say good, how are you? But that's just the default, I think, for anybody, especially working at a grocery store. I worked there for a while. You just ask the person come up, hi, how are you? They say good, how are you? They say good, and then you say good, how are you? Yeah, so you just say good, because if it's just like in passing, like you don't really have time to talk about it, so I think really never. You just say good. I think everybody really does that. You just say, I'm good, how are you? Even if you don't mean it, because am I gonna stop everything and listen to everything you have to say right now? No, so really never. But I think nobody really does. You're just trying to get on with it. Good, how are you? That's just how it goes. Oh, the next question is, how are you really? Good, how are you? I'm good. I'm just a little sad, but I'll get over it. What's the most unexplainable thing that happened to you? I got cancer and I got lymphoma, and that's really unexplainable. I said, how did that happen? They said, some people just get it. I said, how did I get this? Because some people just get it. You don't get it from doing anything. Like, there's nothing that you could have did to not get it. Like, some people just get it, and that's that. So that's unexplainable. It's like, why did I have to get this one where you just get it for no reason? Like, I didn't even do anything. So yeah. If you could have it your way, who would you be with, where would you be, and what would you be doing? I would be with my husband. We would be in New York City, and I would be a Broadway performer. Describe your perfect day. Having a day all day with my husband. Getting food, going out to eat, doing fun things like going to see a movie or a show, hanging out, playing games. It was a perfect day, hanging out with my husband all day. What dating advice would you give your younger self? I would say wait for your husband. He's about to come in a little bit, so don't go on these dates with all these hoodlums. Just wait. Because I could have saved myself a lot of trauma. How old do you feel emotionally? I just turned 26 last week. I did not feel 26 at all. I feel maybe 16. That's how I feel. I don't feel old. Like, I'm 26. That's halfway past your 20s. More than halfway. I'm almost to 30. Like, what? I don't feel that way. Maybe 18 at the most. I don't feel 26. It's crazy. Will I find your ex on your Insta feed? Why or why not? No, because I'm married, so I only have pictures of my husband. You shouldn't have pictures of your ex if you're in another relationship. That's what I think. What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you on a date? I don't know, we don't really do embarrassing things on dates, but I also haven't been on a date with other people other than my husband in a long time. Maybe answering like a question weird. They like asked me a question and I answered it and they didn't like my answer, I guess, maybe. And I could like tell. I think I can like tell when people don't like me, kind of. Or they didn't like the answer that I gave, but they're like trying to be nice because it's a date, you know? So I guess maybe that. What could you have done better in previous relationships? I think that I was a great person in every relationship. I think always the boy was the one who messed it up because boys are stupid. But I guess maybe I could have been nicer. But I think I'm already nice. But I guess maybe I could have been extra nice. Is there an image of yourself you tried to project on a first date you wish you could let go of? Is there an image of yourself you try to project on a first date you wish you could let go of? I don't really know what this means. But I think no. I think when I went on first dates, I didn't do anything that I would want to let go of. Finish the sentence. Dating is crazy, and I'm glad that I don't have to do it anymore. What are you not currently giving enough time to? My husband, I think we want to do work a lot, but we should spend more time together because that's what's important. And that's what you should spend time with your partner at the end of the day. Yes, work is important, but also your relationship is important. So I would say my husband. Wild card, draw your current mood and compare. I would draw a smiley face because I'm having a good time recording this podcast. And I'm happy that I can go to the next one because that is going to be the end. So now I'm going to make it Jennaize ASMR podcast. The same questions, but just in ASMR format. If you want to watch that. If you want to watch that when you go to sleep. If you would rather watch the ASMR podcast, so if this one, you can go to that one in the future. Or you can watch both and just support me in both of them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you liked it, give it a like. And thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.